president, no more barriers, restrictions, protective measures, no more controlling our people, no more forcing our people to conform to anything, because we have to implement, we as a nation, as a people, have to exercise and fulfill our needs, fulfill what we're meant to be put here for, which is complete freedom. Having the government subject people to forcing them to do things, that's not freedom. Freedom is freedom. Freedom is being free to use your self-will, to use your guidance, your own guidance, and free will as a human being to live free, free of authority. Gas prices would be lower. Gas prices would come down to $1.75, $1.85 per gallon for cars. I'd get rid of all electronic cars that promote gasoline for fuel. I'd abolish abortion, do away with it. I would make that illegal. I don't agree with abortion. Capital punishment would be in every state. The firing squad. In every state, I would lower the age of consent to 17 years old instead of 18. When you're 18, you can drink. When you're 18, you can smoke cigarettes. I dropped the drinking age to 18. I would outlaw all street drugs, illegal drugs, but I would legalize marijuana. That's the only drug I would legalize. Other drugs such as Percocet, control substance 4s, and heroin, morphine, stuff of that nature would be up to the hospital to administer it to cancer patients or the vastly sick and chronic for patients. Our borders would be highly protected with our Air Force, Navy, Marines, and our brigade. Military aid would be plentiful. I'd raise us out of a national debt a lot. Stocks are going to go up, companies are going to rise, and I promote everything to be produced, manufactured in America as president. I will encourage the Army to full throttle itself towards its enemies like a Mad Eagle or a Mad Hawk with terrific wings to strike down our enemies, if that's the case. If enemies want to try us, provoke us, go to war with us, or battle us, we will be ready and prepared. And we will have extreme, great forces to protect our borders for invaders and people that want to get here illegally. And American citizenship is going to be plentiful, and I'm going to go by the Constitution 100%. People will be allowed to smoke in restaurants. It's going to be a lot like it was in the 70s and the 60s when I'm president. I'm going to get rid of all student debt. No student's going to ever owe any more money to colleges. I'll make healthcare a lot more affordable for all Americans. I will also make mental health care available for all Americans to be more easily accessible. And I will give clemency towards criminals in prison, incarcerated, a second chance, third time's a charm, because a lot of them happen to be very intelligent individuals. Now, if a heinous crime isn't killing someone for murder, then that warrants a person for the death penalty, because an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. I'm going to promote the National Rifle Association, Parks and Recreation, being outdoors, promote that, because that's an awesome thing. And I would like to all Americans to be able to exercise their own authority and implement and integrate all these ideas that I have, that they'll go in gear and become possible and become doable. And I will safeguard America's buildings, high-rises, and structures to the fullest extent, because our security comes first, number one. To protect the American people is the number one goal, and that's where my aim is. That's where my motive is as a president. I'll do away with more plastic when you go to the grocery store.